If you're thinking about buying the M5 iPad Pro, there are a few things that you should probably know first, because on paper, this thing looks like an absolute monster. Crazy performance, insane display, it's super thin. But once you actually use it, you start to realize that this is not for everyone. So I want to talk about 10 things you need to know before you spend your money on the M5 iPad Pro, whether it's the 11-inch, which is the one I have, or the 13-inch. So starting things off with number one, it's going to be that this thing is insanely powerful, maybe too powerful for some. Let's start with the obvious. It's the M5 chip. This iPad, it's ridiculously fast. I mean, apps open instantly, multitasking is smooth, editing videos or photos. I mean, I edit videos on my MacBook Air and my Mac Mini, but I know some who edit on their iPad Pro and it's really good, no problems whatsoever. But here's the thing, for most people, you will never fully use this power. I mean, how many of you are picking up an iPad Pro to edit videos? Probably not too many. I mean, if you're browsing the web, if you're watching content, if you're just taking notes, this is going to be overkill. This level of power is really for those who are like in the content creation space, heavy multitaskers, people replacing a laptop, because I also do know people who have replaced their laptops with an iPad Pro setup with like the Magic Keyboard and the Apple Pencil Pro, and they actually prefer the more like hybrid feel rather than having a MacBook Air or MacBook Pro for that matter. So it really does differ from person to person. Now, real quick, if you're upgrading your iPad Pro, this is something I didn't think about at first, but your case matters too. I have right here, actually this is the older version, the iPad Pro Air woven case, and this is for my 11-inch, but I also do have one for the 13-inch, and this is their upgraded model, Pitaka's latest Air case for their 13-inch iPad Pro. And what's interesting is they actually redesigned this again for the newer iPad, the M5 iPad Pros. The biggest thing here, it's the material. It's 100% aramid fiber, so it's super thin, as you can see. This feels really lightweight, but it's still super strong. It doesn't add any of that bulky feeling that most iPad cases do. And again, if you're using the Magic Keyboard case, this is where it makes the most sense. It's designed to snap on perfectly, close cleanly, and still keep that slim setup intact. Something I do appreciate. This is a case where you can throw it on and still use your Magic Keyboard, whereas other cases, you'd have to take that case off to use the Magic Keyboard. So this is something I do appreciate. You also still get Apple Pencil Pro support with magnetic charging and a raised camera edge for protection, as you can see right here. So again, something I do appreciate. Pitaka really makes super slim yet powerful and protective cases. If you're thinking about going on the 13-inch iPad Pro, this is definitely going to be the case that I would recommend to protect your iPad. It's one of the upgrades that actually makes a difference day to day. Biggest thing, you get to use your Magic Keyboard with a case on. It's great. I'll be leaving a link down below if you want to check it out. Huge shout out to Pitaka for sponsoring a portion of this video. Let's get back to it. Number two is going to be this display. It's one of the best you'll ever see. It's obviously one of the biggest upgrades in recent years with the iPad Pro series. You're getting deep blacks, incredible contrast, super vibrant colors, 120 Hz ProMotion display. I mean, you're not going to be getting that on the iPad Air or the iPad, the regular iPad, or even the iPad Mini. So watching content on this, it's actually really insane. This is the kind of display where once you use it, it's going to be hard to go back to another iPad. Number three is going to be that the 11-inch and the 13-inch choice matters more than you think. Look, I'm using the 11-inch right here, so it's going to be more portable. It's easier to hold, and it's better for casual use. But the 13-inch, it's going to be better for multitasking. You have that larger screen real estate. Again, better for the content creation space. It's going to feel more laptop-like. So it's not just about size. It completely changes how you use the device. Number four is that this is extremely thin, almost too thin. I mean, Apple made this super thin. And yes, you know, it looks amazing and all, but in real use, like, it can feel very fragile, and you'll probably want a case immediately, which is why the case I just showed off from Pitaka is probably going to be the case that I would first of all recommend. It's sleek, elegant, doesn't really add too much bulk, but it also does protect the case. So yeah, this is like one of those designs, while it looks incredible, you're always like slightly nervous about holding it. And I myself am included. Like I sometimes, like when I hold this, even like when I'm in my studio and I don't have my case on, I'm still nervous about holding this. Number 5 is going to be iPad OS. For many, iPad OS is going to be a huge limitation. Like if you want to replace your MacBook, you're going to have to give up Mac OS. This is not Mac OS. This is iPad OS. That's the biggest thing you need to understand. The hardware is incredible. The software, for many, it's still holding it back. I mean, you can multitask, you can use Stage Manager, and you can run powerful apps, but it's still not Mac OS. And I don't think Apple is going to make this fully fledged Mac OS. So things like file management, true pro workflows, app limitations, they're still there. And this is why a lot of people continue to ask, why didn't I just get a MacBook? I mean, for me, I know that I'm going to face limitations if I were to switch from my MacBook Air to an iPad Pro for my work. So you have to really know what you're getting into. But for me, I would still prefer my MacBook Air because of macOS. Now, number 6 is going to be the battery life. It's actually really good. It's solid. You can get a full day of normal use if you're like browsing, media, light work, all that stuff. If you're not even using it for the entire day, or like for just maybe half an hour a day, this will easily last 2-3 days. But if you start pushing it for editing, multitasking, you'll notice it drains faster. Now I'm speaking based on the 11-inch model, but if you do pick up the 13-inch, that's going to have better battery life. The insane thing about this though is just the standby time. It's really good. Like I'll lose 1% overnight. So if I don't touch this for a week, I'll still have juice left inside. Number 7, it's going to be the accessories with the iPad Pro. I think they're required. And many of them are going to be expensive, especially from Apple. Like if you get an Apple Magic Keyboard, Apple Pencil, you're adding hundreds of dollars on top. At that point, like you're already in MacBook Air territory and you're slightly getting closer and closer to MacBook Pro territory. So it's like, I don't know. Should you, if you're really devoted to that and just making this like your laptop of choice, then sure. But if not, then is it really worth spending those extra $100 plus the iPad Pro? Again, it really does come down to user preference. Number 8 is going to be that this can replace a laptop, but only for some people. I have friends who have replaced their laptop, whether it be Windows or MacBook, with an iPad Pro, and they're really happy with it because it works for them. A lot of them, they're sketching out for their work, or they're taking lots of notes for their work, so they don't really need anything that's like heavy based or like video editing or coding or anything like that. But realistically, like if you use web-based apps, you do light editing, you don't rely on desktop software, that's the important thing, then this can be okay. But if you need full pro apps, you have complex workflows, again, you need desktop software, you're going to be better off with getting a MacBook. And that may be whether a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro. Number 9 is that the camera and the audio setup is surprisingly good. This is something people don't talk about. The cameras, or the camera here, it's solid for a tablet. It's great for video calls, like the front-facing camera. And if you just need to capture content real quick, it's going to be fine. I mean, it's a tablet camera. You shouldn't expect to be like an iPhone 17 Pro like camera display or camera quality, but it's still decent. The speakers though are like some of the best that I've had and heard on any tablet. It's perfect for watching content. It's perfect for listening to music, editing videos, things like that. You're really going to love it, and I love it especially for content consumption. Number 10, it's an amazing device, but it's not for everyone. This is the most important takeaway, because the M5 iPad Pro is powerful, it's beautiful, it's premium, but it's also expensive. It's overkill for most people. It's limited by software. So before you buy it, you just have to ask yourself, do you actually need all of this power? Because for a lot of people, I think the iPad Air might make some more sense. But if you know exactly why you need the iPad Pro, then yeah, this is going to be great. Like at the end of the day, this is still going to be the best tablet you can buy right now, whether it's the 13-inch or the 11-inch I have right here. But is it going to be the right tablet for you? again, that's a completely different question you have to ask yourself. If you're trying to decide between this and the iPad Air, then you gotta have to weigh out the Pro features and the extra stuff that you get with this Pro versus the Air. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman the like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. Will help push my content out to more people. Also, definitely be sure to check out my latest wallpaper pack right here. It is called Aura Layers. Links will be in the description down below. It goes a long way in helping out the channel. That's been it for me, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.